The wind cut across the rooftop helipad like a warning, sharp and unforgiving, as the city stretched endlessly below. What started as a careless joke, spoken with arrogance and laughter, was about to collide with a truth no one there was prepared for. A single father, worn down by life, but still standing, placed his hand on a helicopter door that symbolized everything he had lost and everything he still hoped to protect. This was the moment when mockery would turn into silence, and silence into awe. Before the story pulls you deeper, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and hidden strength, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need them. Ethan Cole had once been a promising aviation engineer, the kind of man people said was born to fly. But life did not follow straight paths. Years earlier, a sudden accident took the life of his wife, leaving him alone with a 3-year-old daughter and a world that no longer felt stable. Medical bills, grief, and responsibility crushed his dreams slowly, not in one dramatic fall, but through endless, small sacrifices. Flying became a memory locked away, replaced by night shifts, part-time labor, and quiet exhaustion. His daughter, Lily Cole, grew up watching her father smile, even when his eyes carried storms. Every morning, Ethan tied her shoelaces with steady hands, hiding the fact that his own life felt permanently untied. Years passed, and the city skyline grew taller, while Ethan's dreams stayed buried. He found work as a maintenance supervisor at a luxury corporate tower, owned by a powerful technology conglomerate. The building was pristine, cold, and intimidating, much like its CEO, Victoria Hale. She was known across industries as brilliant, ruthless, and untouchable. People admired her success, but feared her presence. She trusted numbers more than people, and control more than compassion. To her, emotions were inefficiencies, and kindness was a weakness she could not afford. One afternoon, during a high-profile corporate event on the rooftop helipad, executives, investors, and media figures gathered under clear skies. The company's private helicopter stood polished and powerful, a symbol of success and dominance. As conversations buzzed, a careless remark turned into laughter. Victoria Hale, surrounded by admiration and arrogance, made an offhand challenge rooted in mockery, not intention. The words were meant to amuse the crowd, to reinforce her untouchable status. No one expected anyone to take them seriously, especially not a quiet maintenance worker standing at the edge of the gathering. Ethan had been assigned to inspect the helipad's safety systems. He wasn't meant to be noticed, but when he heard the laughter, something old stirred inside him. Not pride, not anger, but memory. The hum of engines, the discipline of flight, the sense of being responsible for lives beyond his own. His hands trembled, not with fear, but with recognition. This machine was not a toy to him. It was a promise he had once made to himself, and a future he had postponed for love and survival. The crowd barely noticed as Ethan stepped forward. To them, he was invisible, just another worker out of place. The executives watched with curiosity, some with amusement, others with irritation. Victoria's expression shifted from humor to disbelief. In her world, boundaries were rigid. People knew their place, and Ethan Cole, in his worn uniform and tired eyes, did not belong near symbols of power. But Ethan didn't see status or wealth. He saw responsibility. He thought of Lily, of the nights she fell asleep holding his hand, of the quiet question in her eyes about whether dreams ever come back. The weight of the moment pressed down on him, but so did clarity. If life had taught him anything, it was that fear grows when ignored, and courage grows when chosen. As he approached the helicopter, memories guided his movements. His hands knew the machine the way a musician knows an instrument. He moved with calm precision, performing checks that others only knew from manuals. The laughter faded, replaced by uneasy silence. The city below seemed to pause, as if waiting. When the engine began to turn, it wasn't reckless or loud. It was controlled, steady, alive. The sound cut through every assumption in the air. Conversations stopped. Smiles vanished. Victoria watched as the impossible unfolded in front of her. This man she had dismissed without thought was not improvising. He was flying with knowledge earned through years of discipline and sacrifice. In that moment, her world shifted. She had built her empire, believing strength meant never needing anyone. But here was a man who had lost everything and still carried himself with responsibility, humility, and skill. As the helicopter stabilized, Ethan's face reflected something rare. Peace. Not triumph, not defiance, but peace. He wasn't proving a point. He was answering a call from a past self who had once believed life could still rise after falling. The executives looked at one another, realizing they had misjudged more than a man. They had underestimated the quiet power of perseverance. Victoria's confidence cracked, not publicly, but internally. She had mocked what she did not understand. Watching Ethan, she saw something she had avoided her entire life: vulnerability paired with strength. He had not climbed to power by stepping on others. He had descended into hardship and climbed back with integrity intact. Ethan shut down the engine and stepped back, returning the moment to silence. He did not ask for applause. He did not seek approval. His thoughts returned to Lily, to dinner waiting at home, to homework and bedtime stories. For him, this was not a victory. It was a reminder that he was still capable. The aftermath unfolded quietly but powerfully. Ethan was invited to share his story, not as entertainment, but as recognition. His past qualifications were verified, his experience undeniable. Opportunities emerged that he had long believed were closed forever. Not because of luck, but because courage finally met visibility. Victoria Hale changed as well. Though not overnight, she began questioning the walls she had built and the people she had overlooked. Leadership, she realized, was not about standing above others, but knowing when to stand beside them. The company culture slowly shifted, making space for humanity alongside ambition. Ethan's life did not become perfect. He still struggled, still worried, still worked hard. But something fundamental had changed. His daughter saw a different light in his eyes, one that told her dreams could bend but not break. She learned that strength doesn't always shout. Sometimes it waits patiently for the right moment to rise. If this story is touching your heart right now, if you feel that quiet lump in your throat that reminds you of your own struggles or someone you love, please take a moment near the end of this video to like, comment, and share it. Your engagement helps keep stories of hope alive for others who feel unseen. And before this story ends, we have a special request for you. Comment below and tell us one dream you've put on hold but haven't given up on yet. In the end, this was never a story about a helicopter or a challenge spoken in arrogance. It was about a single father who carried loss without letting it harden him. About a powerful woman who learned that humility can be stronger than control. And about the quiet truth that life can still lift you off the ground when you least expect it. If you have the courage to start the engine again,